Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date on the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about. So we're here to do it for you. And remember, this show is kid-friendly,
Wabba.
so no earmuffs are needed. Now on with the show, I'm one of your hosts, Wabba Plays, alongside the Phantom Pez.
Good day, lads. What's the crack? Good to see ya, bruv.
And that's it.
That's it. Goodbye, everybody.
No, I mean,
Thank you for joining
there's no
us.
other.
Goodbye,
I mean, there's no.
Oh, okay.
Court's not here.
Yeah, no court again. Second week in a row. His daughter is currently probably crushing it in the playoffs. So go her. I hope by the time court listens to this, it's a fat W in the books.
That's right. She's on our fantasy team. So
what is it?
What is it that
Jameis Winston does? He eats them like crab legs. He's like W. Fat dubs.
Does he?
Yeah, he does something crazy like that. Because when he was at when he was in college, where did he go to college? Florida State, maybe. I think he like stole crab legs and like he got like arrested
for crab legs.
Yeah, like he stole crab legs. I'm gonna look it up as you talk, but yeah, brother stole crab legs. Jameis Winston in 2014. Then Florida State quarterback Jameis Winston was citing for shoplifting $32 worth of crab legs from a Tallahassee.
That's it. You got arrested for $32,
resulting in an adult civil citation. Brother, you can't steal. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's $32.
It's also Florida.
Yeah, but it's crab legs. They're on the ocean.
He's also
peninsula.
It's Tallahassee, so it's like in the Panhandle. It's like the worst parts of Florida.
Oh, there's not even Disney over there.
There's nothing. It's like Tallahassee, Jacksonville, drugs and sadness. Like that's it. And crab legs.
Football teams.
$32 Publix.
Sag.
Yeah,
Publix.
20 hours of community service and a temporary suspension from the baseball team. Didn't even know he played baseball.
Yeah, then he goes pro for football. That's the butterfly effect.
Yep.
He's like, maybe I'll do a different sport while I'm banned from baseball.
Yeah, a butterfly flaps his wings and he steals trout instead.
And now he is third string on the Giants or whatever he's doing.
The Gigantes, if you will.
So what have you been up to in the past week?
What have I been up to? I've been playing a couple of video games. This weekend, I did a ton of reading. Yes, your boy can read. I read about 300 pages of Brandon Sanderson's Elantris. The book is incredible. It was really good. Starts off really slow. Takes about 2/3 of the book to set up a lot of plots with a lot of characters. Last third of the book was a page turner. Probably, I finished it last night. Started a couple short stories of his for Arcanum in the Arcanum Unbound book, which is just a bunch of short stories and novellas, and then bought Warbreaker today at Barnes & Noble, which I will start once I'm done with those. And then I go into Stormlight Archive. It's been great. Been an incredible Brandon Sanderson. If you like fantasy books, incredible. Been playing the heck out of Mugenics. The game is so much fun, but the music is a bop. There is a boss in the first level in the alleyway, and there is a jazzy tune called Eating Rats. And it is a song. It is a jazz tune. It is made by two people because I watched them also do it live to celebrate the release of Mugenics. And it is a song about cats eating rats. And there's like a bass in there. The dude's playing a stand-up bass, dun 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 dun, and the other guy's on the piano. And like the first lyric pulls you right in. It's just like, it's something like crispy wings and tasty thighs or something like that. And it's like on my mind, and it's about cats eating rats. And it's
imagine a world in which this gets nominated for Game Awards.
It should.
Those guys show up on the stage.
It should be nominated for best song in a video game because it is so good. I played it. It was my anniversary yesterday.
Oh,
16 years married. Shout out to the wife. I don't know why she deals with it, but she does. I played it in the car, and we were literally bopping along. She's like, that's in a video game. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and I can't stop singing it. It was great. It's great. It's a great game. Runs beautifully on the Steam Deck. So perfect Steam Deck game. Again, working on my review for Three Dads console. I think when I spoke about it last week, I had maybe, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 hours in it. Now we're talking 15, 20. And just ripping through this game. It is so much fun. Dipped a toe back into Overwatch because there's a lot going on in Overwatch. Typical Overwatch.
Our loot box is back.
What I really really like about what they have done with the changes is now you can select perks as you are playing. So like your character hits like a level up. I'm going to use Orisa as my example because I use her a lot. It was like if you're in your Tetra spin, which is her ultimate, you know, it's like plus 30% armor or whatever. Or if you're doing your javelin spin, like 20% faster, and it loads up your javelin throw to then make it like 100% plus damage or stuff like that. It's just really good and allows for some variation. But I mean, you know, again, one of those fun games that you pick up and put down and don't play again for another 6 months, and then you pick it back up and you play it. So no complaints. Other than that, watching a lot of Olympic hockey. I don't know if you've caught any of it. It's been incredible, men and women. Shout out USA. Women's going for the gold tomorrow. The men almost choked away a 1-0 lead against Sweden today, but they ended up pulling it out in overtime, 2-1. And Olympic curling, the best sport in the world.
I love curling so much. Curling's one of my favorite sports. And I only watch it once every 4 years, and we need to change that.
It's legitimately good. And last Tuesday, I think before we were on the show, the day before our show last week, I was watching it and my family said, well, I don't understand how it's a sport. And I said to them all, no one's keeping you down here. You all can leave. Like, I am enjoying this incredibly fun game. And then my wife, beautiful soul that she is, said, you know what? I bet no one around here even plays it. And they said, here comes so-and-so from Massachusetts. And I just looked at her and I was like, gotcha. Got him.
Yeah, I remember. Was it many years ago? I went to like an industry event and they were recruiting for a curling team.
Ah, that was your calling, dude. So you could have been a sweeper. Could have had your little broom out, sweeping away.
Me and Ice don't do well. I don't know. I think it's just funny hearing them yell in different languages when they want them to sweep more. So
I think it's incredible. Just the precision, the throws. Canada cheating, can't even win in their own
that
sport.
too. Yeah. Womp womp.
Can't even win, dude. And you know what? They were cheating, and now they got their butts kicked like 9-5 against, I think, the Swiss. Their
hop swoos is what they say.
Their hockey team is gonna lose tomorrow to the Americans. Everything's coming up. Let's go. The first time the U.S. and Canada played in the preliminary round, the beginning of the women's tournament, the U.S. won 5-0, and it was like the only time that the U.S. Canadian women's have been shut out in an Olympic game.
That's right.
I'm just saying,
it's gonna happen again.
Look, I think Marine Philippe Poulin is incredible, but Hill Dog Hillary Knight just gonna go crazy.
American hero. I'm so frustrated she left the fleet. She got drafted though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but still, like she should have been.
But also, like, Hannah Bilka is the truth. And there's some girl from BC who's like legit. Like, I remember like she like did like a no look pass to Bilka, and like I told my wife, I'm like, I just saw a highlight of her at BC juggling the puck in front of her stick in between her legs and scoring. Like, she's like these players are incredible. Like the college athletes right now, like doesn't matter, like men and women. It's crazy.
And so I was watching Canada and the Swiss playing in women's hockey, and the Swiss goalie was standing on her head, and I said, what like P-dub team does she play for? She plays for
Calgary.
No,
right?
She plays for like Frölunda HC over in Switzerland. She doesn't. I swear.
Frölunda.
She doesn't even play like professionally in America. And I said, if I was one of these PWHL teams, I'd be calling her because she was all over the place and kept the Swiss in that game. Canada only won like 2-1, and they had probably at the time, like triple the amount of shots. It was like 16-4 or something crazy like that. And they were in it right until the end. And then Pauline went crazy. As she does. As she does as the greatest Canadian women's hockey player ever.
This could be it for her too. I don't know. She'll probably get another 2 Olympics.
I mean, I don't know. She's probably what, early 30s? She could probably get another, at least one more, if not two.
She'll be a third line captain.
Yeah, she'll be like Crosby now, you know? I'm not joking.
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's literally
like he got
leadership.
injured today. Who knows if he's even going to play moving forward. Their next game is Canada plays Friday morning and the US plays Friday afternoon. And if Canada and the US win, they'll play on Sunday for the gold medal, which will be awesome. However, Olympics, we need to have a discussion why the men's gold hockey game is Sunday morning at 8:10 a.m. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, Italy, why don't you change your time zone?
Well,
makes no sense.
It's not that, because I understand it. But if I'm the NHL and I'm allowing my players to go over, and this is like a huge event, I would say you put that game on Saturday night. Like, you can figure out your schedule to make sure that is a prime time game or whatever. Early, Saturday afternoon, right? 3:00.
Yeah, well, Vancouver will just wake up at 4:30 and watch the 5 a.m. game.
Right. If I'm like from California and I am jazzed and juiced to watch this game, waking up at 5:00 in the morning. No, I'm not doing
on a Sunday.
On a Sunday, on the Lord's Day.
The Lord's Day.
I gotta wake up on the Sabbath.
People be sitting in the pew with one earbud in.
That is like, classic 90s dad listening to the football game with the one headphone on. Perfect.
The phone in one hand, the good book in the other.
That's right. So yeah, a lot of Olympics. My wife was watching figure skating the other day. Shout out to those ladies. They were like just dancing out there.
Yeah, they're all weebs. So like, let's go.
Having a great time.
Yeah, they're all like talking about anime.
And then the poor US woman fell and ended up in 12th, and she was just crying and crying, and they tried to interview her. She didn't want to talk about it, and I was like, brother, why do we do these stupid things? Leave the poor woman alone. Her dreams, she's trained her whole life for this. Shattered. Dreams are gone. In the trash. 12th overall in the Olympics. And in Peacock and NBC are up there with a microphone being like, how did it feel that you failed in front of everybody? Can you talk about that? Can you talk about how you screwed up really bad? Like, come on, man, stop that.
That's how it goes. It's like the Hunger Games.
It's like the Hunger Games. Also, NBC, stop talking about the Kachuk brothers. Nobody cares.
Oh my gosh. Unless Brady comes to the Bruins at some point, I don't care about either of them.
The only thing I want to hear about the Kachuk brothers is when they both retire. I don't want to hear from them ever again. Even if they're on the Bruins, don't tell me about them. I don't care.
Yeah. Just don't.
Stop shoving them down our throats. We do not care. Also, shout out to Jeremy Swayman not doing diddly poo on this U.S. team.
Yeah, he's out there doing cardio.
He played the opening game and he looked awful. They were like, nope, Connor Hellebuck, you're in. You're our ride or die.
I mean, he's just the worst out of the best 3 in the league. Asterisk.
Yeah. I mean, Hellebuck, Ottinger, Swayman, we know who's not going to get dressed.
It's bingo. I actually got to play a game recently.
Tell me about it.
So I got an email sent from Coquito Games, and it's basically a blackjack roguelite. So it's basically a little bit of a Balatro. You can tell that that kind of vibe is in there. It's very it's an indie game, and I'm having fun playing with it. It's tough, so it's definitely not as polished as Balatro. It's called I was playing it for a bit. Where the Chips Fall, which is a fantastic game, and it's got kind of like this vintage. They say like Cuphead-y, art style. So again, I think it's fine. The mechanics are fine. One thing I find blackjack compared to poker is it's more one and done. There's not as much strategy in it. So the bet that you put in, the $1 or the $5, they all do different things. So that's how you can like gain an advantage. Like if you bet $5, it destroys one of their cards, like the dealer's cards. So after they like if they hit 21, boom, like it destroys just one at random. So I wish like I could like select which card to break or like I guess it doesn't matter at that point, but um it's definitely very challenging. The base difficulty is set to hard, and it lets you
Really?
know that's the base. So
Oh
if you're like
man.
in for yeah, and it has like different decks. So like it says standard 52 card deck. I imagine there's gonna be more, and then basically different perks, which are you get like different coins that you can start betting. So again, it's a tough game, and as you beat bosses, you get like a special chip of theirs, and there's like a buy phase where you get like a random pack. The packs I can afford are like $5. There are ones that are like 100, and I haven't even hit that yet. So, again, it's definitely it's not as like I said, it's not as polished as Balatro, but I think like the bones are really good, and I find myself playing it on Steam Deck, and it's not Steam Deck optimized, which I kind of like because I can click and drag it
Oh,
like the
okay.
coins to like the bet, and I'm basically using it like a touch screen. So
Cool.
like I kind of like that more. So it is yeah, again, it's a fun game, and I guess they've got some other games coming up. In what they sent, it was a hip hop inspired JRPG. So like they're just trying different things. It's an indie developer. And I thought the game was fun, and I'm gonna, I keep going back to it. I find myself playing it in small bursts because again, I think Blackjack, it's very like there's I think you hit a point where you're like, okay, like I'm done losing money with Blackjack as I do in the casino.
Yeah, I mean
But
it's
I
pretty
am enjoying it. And I think
self-explanatory.
it's really but I think it's really cool. So yeah, that's shout out to Coquito Games where the chips fall.
Shout out
Again,
Coquito.
it's tough. Like it's like I'm not good at this. And maybe that says more about me than it does about the difficulty level
You know,
that I should just stay out of the casino.
they emailed me. I should check it out because it sounds good.
I think you'd like it. Like I said, they compared to Balatro like inspired. It's definitely got a very different vibe. It's not retro, it's more like I think the art style's like really cool. But yeah, it's a fun little game, and shout out, it's on Steam Deck. So
I was just as you were
uh
talking about it, I saw the trailer on Steam. Big like Betty Boop era vibes.
yeah.
I like it. I like it.
The only thing I change is when it deals, there's like a hand that comes through, and it's for me, it like takes me out of it a little bit. Like I don't need like an animation of a hand. You can just have the card appear with like a sound effect.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that would kind of make like a smoother experience. Because when that hand, it's like it just kind of comes through, and I'm like, oh, like it's like a little jump scare. But
Yeah,
I mean, again, that doesn't impact like gameplay at all. So yeah, check it out. I think you'd enjoy it, especially on the Steam Deck.
I will.
Um,
I will.
the other thing I did was I made a I made a big
Stonks.
investment this
You're
weekend.
stonking, dude. Stonking over here.
I'm trying not to go into my business as much, but I made the biggest investment. I had somebody call me who I had dealt with him in a past at a yard sale. I got a bunch of good wrestling stuff, and he reached out to me a year and a half later, and he sent me he said he had 3 boxes of brand new in-box wrestling figures, like early 2000s, like elite versions. And he sent me the price per. He wanted like I'm not going to say what the price was, but like we landed on a price that I felt was a good pickup for me, and I think fair to him because he doesn't have to go through like he's getting rid of it all.
Yeah, he doesn't have to
So
inventory any of that
yeah,
garbaggio.
so I paid a decent amount, but nothing that's like way more, and I've already made like almost 20% of it back, maybe
Woo.
30%. So we're like, and that's only after like 4 figures. There are some I kind of want to keep, which is like really bad, but like the cool ones that there's a set of 2 series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wrestling crossover. So
That's
you have
cool.
like John Cena, The Rock, Sting, um, Roddy Piper, uh, who else? Undertaker, and then the Ultimate Warrior. And like there are 2 sets of like each turtle being all of them, and that's kind of a really cool crossover. My daughter's like, can I have one of the turtles? I'm like,
Like, no.
it's a set. like
Sorry.
like I'm like
No.
I'm selling it as a set. But no, it's cool, and he's a really nice guy. And he says he has some other friends that might be looking for that. So I have one tote full. I have a folding table full of figures, and I have another tote that is full,
That's
and
dope.
that is basically my life.
That's cool.
So
Living out of
I don't know.
totes.
It's just cool. It was just
Oh.
but it was so it was in I had to drive like it was near Linwood Pizza. Have you been there?
No.
It's like North Shore bar pizza, really good. You know, takes half an hour, very expensive small bar pizzas. Your boy bought 3 and you know, it was a good day. So
Three
that's what I've
bar
been up to.
pies. You gotta love it.
That's right. So, you know, it was about $40 for those pizzas, but at least they're making money. Let's talk about the game that wasn't making any money, and that's High Guard.
Let's do it.
Yes, we've dumped on it for 3 weeks in a row. But I don't want to dump on it in a traditional sense. I want to play Pez, cue the music.
Okay, hold on.
I don't have a title. Hold on. Wait 1 sec.
Yeah, no problem. The band's still playing.
Should I name this game? What should I name this game? If you're leaning into this title, if you want Peak and Plummet! Hey!
Hey!
Oh my gosh. All right. I used prompts, so Chat GPT had to give me that. All right, so basically, as you
some small village just got annihilated because you didn't know what to call a podcast game, and you looked it up on using AI. Some like small Ohio town has no drinking water left because you just had to look up some title to dump on High Guard.
Let's make it worth it. Welcome to what is it? Peak and Plummet. I'm your host, Wabba Play, and we are here with the Phantom Pez.
Hi, everybody.
Pez, let me give you some stats about High Guard.
Okay.
And this is kind of the premise. So I have a few historic events, other types of data. So basically, High Guard went from 97,000 concurrent on launch day on Steam. Currently in mid-February, they're around 1,600, 1,700, and this represents a 98% drop. I want to ask you about a few different things, and you tell me, was the drop higher or lower than that of High Guard?
Okay, I'm ready, Alec. I'm ready.
All right. So the first I want to talk about is there is a crypto coin in 2022 called Terra. It was part of the 2022 crypto collapse. Was the drop for Terra larger or smaller than that drop of High Guard?
Ooh, see, this is a good one because there are a lot of rug pulls and like meme coins that just don't go anywhere. So I'm going to say it's higher at 98.5%.
You're very close. The drop was 99.9%, which does mean rug pull.
Dang, dude.
That happened in a few days.
Definite rug pull.
Where
if you are investing in crypto, expect a rug pull. And you are not
Luna
the
went
one...
from $80 to fractions of a cent in under
And you, beautiful listener out there who I love so much, and if you were here right now, I would pinch your cheeks and I would squeeze your face and I would shake you a little bit and say, don't buy crypto. It's a scam. You're going to get rug pulled. Like, you know, Billy Madison, where he's like shakes the kid and he's like, don't you say that. That's me in crypto. Don't buy crypto. Don't ever buy crypto.
Unless you get a 3 Dads coin over.
Yeah, unless you're getting the 3 Dad coin, $, 3DC.
Can you imagine?
That'd be amazing.
We're just trying to rug pull each other and see who pulls out first.
I would rug every single one of you out there, and I would have no shame in it.
I would too. Not financial.
But we would do it out of love to teach you a lesson. We are a dad podcast. We would then have a dad talk about it. What did you learn? Don't buy meme coins. You have now learned.
It would be the first time where we do say this is financial advice.
That's right.
Speaking of financial advice, let's talk about everyone's favorite 2008 event, the financial crisis, with none other than Lehman Brothers.
Shout out Lehman Brothers, dude.
So when they were at their peak in 2007, was the drop to bankruptcy greater or less than the drop in player base of High Guard?
I feel like it should be higher because it's bankruptcy, but I'm going to say it's lower, but not by much.
Fair. So the high guard, remember, was 98%. The
Yeah.
drop in Lehman Brothers was a 93% drop, and that took roughly 1 full year.
I knew it.
After bankruptcy, the equity did go to zero, but the 90% erosion happened over the course of months, not week, like high guard.
Yeah.
So high guard failed faster than Lehman Brothers.
Lehman Brothers.
So I on the topic of financial crises, which I know our listener base all know and love. Enron, remember those guys?
I remember it perfectly.
Do you think the drop was greater or less than high guard?
Greater. I'm gonna say greater. I feel like that was a precipitous drop.
Enron was 99%, so they did have a greater drop.
I knew it.
Similar magnitude, it went from $90 to pennies. It matches high guard's drop, but the timeline was much longer. So if you're being compared to Enron, I don't know if that's a good comparison.
Yeah, if I'm the studio head, I'd probably just shut up and stop talking about how gamers just are spoiled and don't want to play your game because they hate success or whatever garbage he was spewing out. Like, dog, shut your mouth. Your game blows and you ruined your studio.
So everyone wants a space to call their own, much like our favorite website, MySpace, from 2008, which did decline starting in 2011. Was the traffic drop of MySpace higher or lower than the 98% drop of high guard?
So, all right. So I want to walk through a timeline for any of these Gen Zers who are definitely not listening to this podcast. Yeah, MySpace was the quintessential social media platform. You had your top 8 best friends in the world. It was a status symbol to be in somebody's top 8. You had Tom. Everybody was friends with Tom. Tom was the founder of MySpace. You could put music, embed it in your profile. Did I have Godsmack? Absolutely, I did. You best believe it. However, in about 2009, Facebook opened in actually that may be a little earlier. 2005. Facebook opened up from private to college only, and then went from college students only to everybody.
Yep.
And that was the migration from MySpace to Facebook. So I'm going to say that it dropped quicker because I feel like everybody went to Facebook and dropped MySpace.
So the 2008 to 2011 decline, I'm going to say, is lower than high guard. We saw the drop was about 80 to 90%, so I'm averaging at 85. Traffic and user engagement loss.
Okay.
So the user base erosion was very dramatic, but nowhere near 98% in just weeks. It was a time frame about 1 to 2 years of a decline.
I see you, MySpace. I see you, Queen.
That's right. Now, the last one is one I know everybody wants to know.
I'm going to get this wrong. I can feel it.
Was the drop for Game of the Year Concord higher or lower than that of High Guard? And I'm going to leave you a tale after this.
Okay.
Talk me through it.
Okay. I believe Concord, if you will, was I'm going to say it's lower because I believe Concord, I always want to call it Concord.
I say Concord because that's like a system used for like reimbursement.
It's also a city, a few cities in New England.
Concord,
Concord, Mass, Concord, New Hampshire. Like, there's a bunch of them.
Concord, Carlisle,
yeah. No one's like, oh, I want to go to Concord, Massachusetts. Concord. Okay. I feel like the percentage, I'm gonna say Concord slightly lower at about 97%, but I feel like they also had more time than High Guard. I feel like High Guard had maybe 2 weeks and Concord had about 3.
Good. All right. So the Concord player drop summary compared to High Guard 98% drop. So the Steam launch peak was 697. And again, this is just Steam numbers. Okay. Steam launch peak was 697 concurrent players at launch. I imagine it was more on PlayStation, but this is what we're working with.
Yeah.
Within the first weekend, it dropped to 402, which was a 42% decline in 2 days. Shortly after, reports indicate 190 to 85 concurrent players and trending lower. So this was High Guard, the first drop since peak, 98%. Concord, estimated for Steam, 83 to 88%. However, it did happen much quicker, days to a week, where High Guard took a few weeks. And the other thing to note, though, is High Guards started massive because it started free to play, where Concord was a paid.
Yeah, a paid title. Like, because, you know.
But the people that played it, like, there was less of an erosion from the people that probably had this, like, sunk cost fallacy.
Right.
Where if it's free to play, you can just literally ditch it.
If you're going to play Concord, if you will, and it was what, $40? Like, you're not going to
pay. They could get players in.
Yeah, you're not going to buy a $40 game and then trash it right away. You're going to convince yourself that it's not bad. But if you play a free-to-play game and it's blows, you're just going to be like, oh, this game's terrible, uninstall, off to the next one. I'll just play Overwatch. Exactly. It's essentially the same game, only they took the worst parts of the game and they were like, let's take all these horrible parts, put them into a Frankenstein of a game, and then wonder why no one's playing it.
So that is whatever I called it.
That is
peak or plummet.
Peak and plummet.
Hope everyone enjoyed that. Players at home, let us know how you did in the comments below.
Beautiful.
So I honestly, this whole thing was just an excuse for me to basically talk about comparison between Concord and High Guard. And unless High Guard shuts down totally, we will probably not be talking about it for a few weeks. So
no,
it's over.
For a game that I have zero interest in, we have talked about it a lot. Only to dunk on. But it is High Guard is essentially our dunk contest, and we are Sean Kemp, and we're just ripping. We're Vince Carter, just ripping, highlight, and then we're done.
I got one more in me.
Yeah.
Speaking of one more in the State of Play,
yes.
They had one more announcement. They had several announcements.
It was an hour announcement.
It was a lot. Pez, you took some notaroonies, so I'm gonna hand it off to you. Tell us about your State of Play impressions.
Oh, we're gonna hand it off to me when in our chat, Wabba's like, I took notes. I'm just gonna list them off and you react. So instead, I'll be ready to talk about the games that I liked. So there are games that I liked. There are games I need to see more of, and there are games I don't care about. So let's talk about the games I did like. And then, Wabba, please jump in and give me your thoughts of games if they tickle your fancy. And then any I didn't mention, please talk about. The State of Play started off incredibly strong. Do you want to know why? Because we are getting a Kena sequel. That game released in 2021. Kena, I believe it's called The Bridge of Spirits.
Bridge of Spirits, yeah.
I played it when I was twitching. I played it on Twitch. Incredible game. Very fun. A little easy. Good. It was a nice looking game. Heartwarming story. Kind of rough around the edges at times. But I thought it should have gotten a sequel, and now here it is. Really, really excited to play it. One of the things I need to find out is it a PS5 exclusive? I don't think it is, but PC. I also can't find it on Steam.
So it is going to be on PC.
So I wonder if it'll be like the first game, it'd be Epic exclusive for a while and then come to Steam. If that's the case, I'm holding off because I'm not buying anything on the Epic Games launcher because it's trash. And I'm just going to go down the list of the games I liked first and then the games I have to see more of. Control Resonant. Clearly a game I'm going to pick up. The first Control was great. This one looks like it is definitely different from the original Control. You know what I noticed? And Wabba, you may pick up on this after I say it. I got Gravity Rush move vibes from that trailer, and that tickles me in a way that I enjoy because Gravity Rush is one of the best PS Vita games that you can play. So if they are able to make those controls tight I think that game's going to be phenomenal. The original Control is really, really good. The story's great. It's kind of a mind trip. I figure this will be the same way. It's obviously going to be different, and there's definitely a different character. It's not, I believe her name was Jessica in the first one. It's not that character. It is a totally different character. Really excited to try it out. There's another game called Crimson Moon. Looks neat. Looks kind of like a co-op game. Hack and slash. Looks like they were like knights or whatever, and they're fighting demons, and it looked really nice. Willing to give it a shot. Castlevania Belmont's Curse. I'm in. Game looks beautiful. Reminds me, the art style kind of reminds me of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which obviously it would, because Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is an homage to the original Castlevania. So anything Castlevania, I'm always willing to give it a go. Most Castlevania games have absolute banger soundtracks. So
Yep.
I want a good soundtrack to this game, and I will absolutely give it a run. That John Wick game that they talked about,
Yes.
looks neat, but obviously we have to see. It was just a trailer. It was just like an announcement trailer. We have to see what the game is. But if it's anything like the movies, sign me up. I'm in.
I hope it's like oh God, there was a game I loved. It was Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping
That would
Dogs was
be
so good. I
awesome.
platinumed it on PS4 and PS5 or PS3, PS4, whatever the thing was. That game was fantastic. And if we can get a John Wick that has that type of like play style, because he is so like, yes, there's a lot of like, gun combat, but he's very melee heavy. That's a way where you can be extremely brutal in a way that makes sense with like the combat.
I'm
Like
wondering
I
if
would love something like that.
we'll get like a Batman Arkham style combat system, which would make a lot of
I,
sense, but I hope not. I do hope, now that you said Sleeping Dogs, like that's what I want.
that's I mean, Sleeping Dogs, you're John Wick, essentially, just
Yeah,
in a
pretty
different
much.
universe.
Pretty much.
Like, and taking down like, the crime syndicate. But yeah, and eating steamed buns. So yeah, I would love for that to be the case. So
What a great game. I need to play Sleeping Dogs now.
Sleeping Dogs is so good. I have two songs. Which I mean, I have a lot of international music, but there's two songs from that soundtrack on my like regular playlist because they are such bops. Also, I think Midnight City was in that too. So shout out that.
And then the last one I had on my list was Sorrow. That was the game almost towards the end. It's a Housemark game,
Yep.
which means I think it'll only be on PS5, but that's okay. Looks like a roguelite. Sorry, roguelike game. What I really appreciate about that is, unlike other roguelites or roguelikes, you will be able to start from any realm you want. So it's not like the typical, you die in the third level, you have to go through level 1, 2 to get back to 3 and hope you get that far and have a good build and blah blah blah. They're like, hey, if you die in level 2, you can start in level 2. I dig that. I think that's pretty neat. I like what they showed about the environment changing, and when the environment changes, the enemies change and their projectiles or whatnot changes. So I'm willing, I want to see more, but I thought it looked pretty neat. And I am, as you all know, I am a sucker for roguelike games and roguelite games. I am playing a game right now where you breed cats to send them into dungeons. So who am I to bag on this genre? It's my cup of tea. Lastly, what I didn't write down that I'm really interested in seeing more of is that Marvel fighting game.
Marvel Tokon, like
Yeah, Marvel Tokon.
Fighting Souls.
Fighting Souls looks cool.
It's so
Love
good.
the art style. I love the art style. Heavy like MVC2 vibes from the art style, which I like. I need to see more of it. I want to know if it's a priced game or if it's a free to play game, because I will not pay full price for fighting games because I'm trash and I don't want to play them online. So hopefully there is a story, which there probably will be some sort of story campaign in there. But game looked pretty neat. This announcement was the Unbreakable X-Men. It was Storm, Wolverine, Magic, and Danger.
Someone Danger. I don't know
her name
Danger.
was, who I think is like a character that's supposed to be the Danger Room. Like, you know, the X-Men's Danger Room.
You're right. It
So I
is.
think it's just like an embodiment of the Danger Room now as a character. And so she seems like they in the trailer called her like a zone character, so she's gonna throw a bunch of
Yeah.
traps and stuff. And then they didn't show other teams, but they showed pictures of the leaders of other teams. It was Spider-Man, it was Captain America, possibly Ghost Rider, but we saw him in the trailer as well. Iron Man was in the trailer, getting his butt whooped. So I'm sure there's like an Avengers team, a young Avengers team, or like Spider-Man could be like a New York team where it's like him, Daredevil, who knows, Punisher. So who knows? But look pretty cool. Willing to give it a shot. Interested on what the cost will be, because again, I'm not someone who will pay full price for fighting games.
Yeah. So they're basically like, it's like the thing where it's like Marvel vs. Capcom. Like maybe Capcom didn't want to do that, so they said okay, and they went to basically like make a different one. It's like wait, no, like don't go like don't go anywhere. Like it's
Right.
So now it's this coming out. I think it looks fantastic. I'm so excited for this stupid game. I'm not good at it. But I would hope that they come in if they do digital only at a price point of 60 instead of 70 for the disc. I think that's how you get people in a little bit.
I
But
agree.
this game is going to do numbers anyway. It doesn't matter. This is the new, like, it's going to probably be at Evo, and it's going to be the same level of hype that we've come to expect from Marvel games, which we haven't gotten in a while. Because Marvel vs. Capcom 2 obviously amazing. 3 was amazing. I don't remember what the last one was called, but it wasn't good. Um, it was like a bunch of
Was it
Infinity
NBC
Stones.
Ultimate or something like that?
Yeah, it
No.
wasn't good.
Yeah, I can't
It's
remember
nothing like
because I
that.
never played it.
Yeah, I
To
remember
be honest with you.
MVC3 was like sick. That was my first entry into it when I saw it, and yeah, I love watching those games.
So this studio has made a ton of fighting games. I don't know if you've looked
Isn't it
up.
Arc? Isn't it Arc Systems?
Yeah, so they made
Yeah,
Persona 4,
yeah, they do all the anime ones.
Arena
Yeah.
Ultimix, you know, they did a bunch
Oh
of
yeah,
like,
it is. Yeah, it's Arc System Works. Yeah,
yeah,
they.
River City Girls,
Yeah,
which is fun, a fun beat 'em up. What is it, Guilty Gear or something like that? Yeah, Guilty
yeah,
Gear.
dude. Guilty Gear also too. So it's like it is like still a top 5 Evo game, but it's like I would say like lower tier when you like it's at the eight. It's got the U.S. Hockey time slot at 8 a.m. But
Nice,
like
nice.
it's a good like the I get hype over those games that I don't play. Like Arc Systems does very very good. Um, like again like 2D style. I know this isn't like 2D ish. Like it's not like 2D sprites, but like they've got a really good pedigree, and it's really cool to see them like basically like they've been challenging Capcom for years anyway with a lot of their games at like at Evo popularity,
Mhm.
and the fact that they picked up Marvel, I think this is gonna be more, but people are gonna be really excited for this once they start to get their hands on it. I am worried. What is it? Pre-orders open February 19th. When does it release? August. So that's after Evo, which sucks. So we're gonna have to wait another friggin' year for it. So, but I don't know. For those who don't know, I do love watching fighting games, even though I'm trash at them.
I like to watch good people do fighting games because it is like a dance, knowing
Mhm.
that I have 2 left feet and I can't dance. You know what I mean? So it's like watching someone just go for like
True.
this ultimate like 30 hit combo and then just juggle some dude in the air for 5 minutes and then just come away flawless. I'm like, "What? How? How do you have the dexterity in the fingies? How are you doing all this?" Because I can barely get through like Mortal Kombat 2's story before I, hit up the ladder and I just get absolutely bombarded by somebody like Shang Tsung.
This sucks that Fight Sticks are so expensive for these like new consoles. So like I feel like playing on PC is actually good because you can use like any USB controller.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
just sucks. Um, I mean, yeah, those were good. I mean, I agree with you. Fun ones. The 007, I'm not excited for. I
Same.
feel like I haven't been excited for 007 anything since Pierce Brosnan. Even when like the Daniel Craig ones came out, I was like, like, are they good movies? Yeah, people love Casino Royale, cool. But I haven't literally cared. Like people are like, oh, Skyfall's amazing, all this stuff's amazing. I'm like, okay, cool.
I'm just
Um,
not a I'm just not. I think I'm just not a 007 person. I think
The
it's just
old
not for
movies though
me.
were good.
I think it's just not for me. Like, and I liked uh some of the Pierce Brosnan movies. Like, I liked them. After that, like you said, I kind of fell off. I tried to replay GoldenEye on the N64. Terrible. People have such nostalgia for it, but the fact
Yeah,
that you have to move with the C buttons is
fantastic.
horrible. It's
Peak.
horrible. No. Trough. Nope. Trough. No peak. Peak or plummet. It's plummet. It's just not to me. Lost its luster. Um, don't care.
God of War though. So the trilogy's coming back out. Those are fantastic games. I remember playing like the PS2 ones. I think I platinumed 1 and 2. But what's even cooler, so they have God of War Sons of Sparta, which is like looks like a Castlevania style game. But the developer for that, um, Mega Cat Studios. Does that
Ah,
ring a bell?
yes, it does. WrestleQuest.
That is so cool to me that, we kind of, we talked about them a few years ago. I got to sit with the team at PAX and, talk wrestling and get, not take a picture with what's his nuts.
Jeff Jarrett,
Um,
the slap
that's
nuts.
right. But they've done like a bunch of stuff. Like I'm on their website now. Like they like think they the backyard baseball, like they had a hand in like the pretty sure like the remake. So like I don't know. It's just like that's big potatoes now that they're working with Sony.
Can I
Um
can I tell you the one problem with Sons of Sparta? So Sons of Sparta is supposed to be a co-op game. Do you know how you unlock the co-op feature?
Money.
You have to play the whole game in single player first to then unlock co-op mode. That
That
is
sounds like something I don't want to do.
the dumbest thing I have ever heard. Because if me and my boys or my kids are like, yeah, we really want to play this, and I'm like, great, let's play it. I buy it, boot it up. Oh, it's locked. You got to play the whole story first. Like,
Womp womp.
like most people are gonna say, yeah, I don't want to play the story by myself. I want to play with my wife or my friend or my roommate or whoever. What a stupid oversight that was.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll like change that though. I bet enough people complain about it when they get it. Like I mean that's got to be easy enough to unlock.
I mean, yeah, it
Like
should
just
probably just be a little
patch
bit
it.
of code, right? To be like, oh, just
Click a
unlock from the
button.
beginning. But
Yeah.
man, what a kick in the gonads to
And the beans.
to show off a trailer where, excuse me,
No.
it is a clear, my apologies, it is a clear co-op game. And to unlock co-op, you have to play first in single player.
I like my idea better. Make them pay for it.
I mean,
The
gamers are going to
actually,
be
yeah.
like, yeah,
Hey,
we'll pay for it. Yeah, we'll pay for it.
if you want to unlock co-op from the beginning, you can Venmo at Wabba.
Yeah, there you go. But just Venmo
just
at Three Dads Console. We'll make sure it happens.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. But the last game I'm actually authentically excited about is the Star Wars Galactic Racer. I know, again, I have very high opinion of Star Wars games that have come out as of late. I love the Outlaws game. I think this looks great. I used to play Episode 1 Racer on N64. I hope that you can customize your own racer and you can customize your own driver. And there's a lot of customization, so I can be whatever the heck I want to be from the Star Wars universe. I would love to, like pick whatever.
You want
I
to be
think that's
Grogu?
awesome.
You want to be Grogu
I
and
want to.
drive around in a pod?
I'd love to be like a Mandalorian. I'd love to be. Well, I used to have an action figure of him. There's a guy. Hold on.
Do you want
I
to
don't
be
know.
young Anakin Skywalker?
I want to be
and
Dash
say,
Rendar.
It's happening.
That's who. I want to be Dash Rendar.
Who doesn't want to be Dash Rendar, dude?
Shadows of the Republic. One of the first two games I ever owned on an N64. And one of the first games I ever beat. And if you played that game, you know how tough the IG-88 fight was. And I persevered at a young age, which I don't think I could do that today.
Yeah, you don't have
I
the
should
will.
put that on my Steam Deck.
You don't have the will anymore to fight.
I don't have the
battles.
conviction.
But
I got the arthritis. I got too much of that arthritis in my joints.
You get that Dash
But
Rendar arthritis, you know?
Dash- the- I hope that there's someone listening who's like, oh my gosh, I know him. But yeah. So yeah, there's also a game where you are a chicken and you
Yes.
fight
Yes.
that
So
people were going nuts on.
let me talk about the games that I need to see more of. The first
Yeah.
is For Loop, which in theory sounded cool. It is essentially a co-op game where you don't have to play the single player first.
Mm.
And everything, the way they explained it is like you and three of the other players stare at this board, and every board has a node on it. You choose like which node you want to play, and then everything else after that node is randomized. And it allows for varied play styles. It allows for a bunch of different things. Coming to PC and PS5, I signed up for the playtest, so if I get in, I'll talk about it. But I do need to hear more about that game because I just want to see again more of the mechanics and stuff like that. Next one is Beast of Reincarnation. This game kind of gave me like Monster Hunter vibes, kind of gave me Wild Hearts vibes. Less Monster Hunter, more like again like a Dauntless or a Wild Hearts. But again, I need to see more of it. Maybe that was just the trailer. Maybe it's more story driven. Also, big floofy animals. Yes.
True.
Mina the Hollower. So this was the game that is pixel art that was created by the people that made Shovel Knight. If you haven't played Shovel Knight and you like these type of games, go play Shovel Knight. Also a banger soundtrack. An incredible soundtrack. Go play Shovel Knight. It's a lot of fun.
I wonder if that'll be at PAX because Yacht Club's usually at PAX, so that'd be cool if that was one of the ones
that
there.
would be
It's
awesome.
again, it's not a game I would play, but I think what they do is fantastic, and it's the game I know you'd like, and I think that'd be a great one to like be able to highlight.
It'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah.
And then I have written down Project Windless. Project Windless dash in caps Chicken Man.
Yep.
2 question marks.
Game
looks weird.
That way.
Game looks super weird. You play apparently as this bipedal chicken man. Think of Foghorn Leghorn with swords, and you are just like slashing and dashing. I want to see more of it, but Chicken Man pulled me in. Looks kind of dope.
That's right. Fair. Did we leave anything out? Let us know in the comments, and you can disagree with us.
I mean, there are definitely games we left out.
We'll tell you
Marathon, don't care about. I'm not going on my Bungie rant, but I do not care about Marathon. Resident Evil 9, not for me, but it looked like it looked cool. I appreciate that they're going back to Raccoon City. I appreciate that there's a lot of callbacks to like the first couple games. Had no idea. Like Leon walked in and I was like, oh, is that Chris Redfield? And then over the thing, they're like, Leon, you've returned. I was like, who? Because I don't play Resident Evil games. So I'm like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that it's like
okay.
Audience claps.
Okay, yeah. The gasp. Okay. And then Silent Hill. Again, not a game for me. Those are really like the ones I remember that I was just like, nah. Like my friends are like, Silent Hill looks great. Resi 9 looks great. And I was just like, yeah, no thanks. A bunch of my friends are going to play Marathon. I can't do it. Sorry, Bungie, but you can go pound sand. And yeah, there were some others, but again, like I don't remember them because once I watched it, it was out of my brain. Because if I don't write it down, it means I don't care enough about it.
Fair. But
yeah.
But overall, so I mean, overall, I think a little bit of something for everyone.
I thought it was a really good state of play without having any real, any of their big hits there, right? Like there was no, they talked about Spider-Man 2, but there was no Wolverine. There was like very little. It felt like, there was no new God of War. Obviously, we're getting the trilogy remake, which I think is dope. And it was great to see the original voice actors coming back to do it. So I like that a lot because, like you said, those 3 games are awesome. I also hope, and I know it's not going to happen, that they would package in the PSP and Vita games because those, I really like those as well. Like Ghost of Sparta, and then I forget the other one. But, those will probably never see the light of day again. And I thought it was a good state of play. And I think a lot of people felt that because it was one of their most watched state of plays in a very long time. I did read it's been their most watched ever, but I'm not 100% sure about that. The stream I watched on the on the PlayStation YouTube channel had over 3 million views.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which is obviously a ton. Also, if you have PS Plus and go play Spider-Man 2, Wabba plays. It is a good game.
So I got I got excited over like so Spider-Man's cool. I got excited over like two other games that like weren't in that. There was Season, a letter from the future, or that like I played. Like I believe like a while ago I got a review code of, and it was like a nice cozy, well it's not cozy. I mean you learn about like what's going on. It's about somebody no, go play it. I didn't want to like give it away, but yeah, I mean it's I mean you find out exactly what's going on right away, but like it's just I don't know, they do it's games like that. It's my kind of jam. And then there was one more that I was like all excited about for the PS Plus. I'm going back to it. But yes, but oh yeah, Venba. That was one of the games with impact that was I don't think they voted on games with impact, which is my jam. It's a cooking style game. Or I don't know if it's a cooking style game, but it's about cooking and how that connects people. And that's always, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be a really good message there. So that's gonna be a game I definitely play. So shout out that. All right. Any final thoughts for the folks before we say goodbye for this week?
Yes. Play number 1, play Mugenics. Number 2, if you're going to PAX, tell us and we'll hang out and you'll pay us to hang out with us.
That's true. Pez finally got his email, which he was very nervous about, and that made me very happy.
I wasn't nervous. I'm just impatient. When I found out that you got yours like a week ago and we essentially put ours in the same day, I just wanted to know. I already knew I was getting them. I was told ahead of time and I knew it. I just needed the confirmation. That's all. That's all.
We're getting to the point where like we're gonna start finding out like who's gonna be there and being able to set up like you know, appointment, and that's the part I really like. So being able to see like, all right, like what do we like, what do we think like folks would like, and what do we not know anything about? Because I remember last year there was somewhere we had no idea what to expect. I remember Doots, and it was such like an interesting like experience.
Doots,
like
Swap Meet, like no idea what that game was. Like a bunch of just cool.
Oh yeah, Swap Meet.
PAX is just so.
Oh my god.
The
Pick Me is still one of my favorite games I've ever played at PAX.
I want to know if they're coming back because I would love to talk to them again a year later. Maybe I'll reach out to Josh.
They're so active. Like we should actually have them on. Like if they're gonna like ahead anyway. Like I think what they do is so interesting, and they're so active.
Every day in that Discord.
Yeah,
he streams almost every day.
Like they know how to keep a community engaged. It's so weird to think we met him a week because I still like that they're making updates and stuff like it's so I don't know. I just think stuff like that is like super cool. And it's also cool too. Like again, like being on the list that we're on. Like there are games like I didn't get to talk to somebody like for. It's called like oneway.exe. Like I look at their game, but I can't have time. But like we ended up getting like emails from them, and it's like oh perfect. Like I don't know. It's just cool to like see something at a convention, then get an email about it, and it's like oh I remember this. I know about it. Like I'd love to cover this and. I don't know. PAX is fun like that. So we'll see who's going. I don't know if it's gonna be like big names, and frankly, I kind of prefer that. Like I don't need to go and see a giant Sony or Microsoft booth and play a game I'm gonna buy anyway in 2 months.
Yeah, I like when they do like a lot of indie stuff. There is.
Yeah.
I was looking at the schedule. There seems to be a lot of Magic the Gathering. And
nerds.
There is something to do with Magic the Gathering and Ninja Turtles. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is because I am not that sect of nerd. I am the D&D nerd.
So
I traveled down a different path. So I don't know what it is, but I saw Ninja Turtles and my ears perked up.
Okay. So we're gonna go look at that.
Oh, 100%.
And what also is cool though. So I looked at like the people who are going to be there, like the guests. 2 names I recognized right off the bat: Steve Saylor.
Yep. Shout out to Steve
Saylor. And Jacob McCourt, who came on and did a game show with us.
Yeah, and he did a game show last year at PAX. He's doing one
every year he does.
He's doing one again this year.
Every year.
And
But
I
it's
wanna
just cool to
know,
like be scrolling down this list and be like, oh, like
I,
we've
I,
had this
wa-
guy on.
I want to know how we get on that game show. I want
So
to
you're
do.
more outgoing.
I mean, I'll ask
So
him. I don't care. Hey, do you need
you
people?
can,
What up?
you can do that part.
Hey, what
Um,
up, dude? I would crush in that room. I would get every question wrong, and we would have a great time. I have
fair.
no
Yeah.
problem with that.
I'll be the hype man. Just give me a air horn button. And
That's
I'll...
it. That's it. I'll just get you a like a megaphone.
Get me a
Works for me.
voodoo ranger.
And a big
All right,
clock
folks.
to wear. Like Flava Flav.
Okay. Wabba wub. All right. Folks, have go check out our website, 3dadsconsole.com. Like us on YouTube or don't. I'm not your dad. And we'll talk to you next week.
But I will be your daddy.
Bye, folks.